Jellyfish are invertebrates that, together with corals, gorgonians and anemones, belong to a group called the cnidarians. This animal group has stinging cells which they use both to capture their prey and as a form of defense. These cells contain a capsule with a rolled-up filament and a poison. When a prey animal makes contact with a jellyfish, the capsule opens and the filaments are ejected and stick onto the prey, injecting their poison. Jellyfish are pelagic animals that live in the open seas from tropical to Arctic waters, and, although they can propel themselves with rhythmic motions of their umbrella, they are basically at the mercy of the currents of the sea. Because their body is 95% water, they are perfectly camouflaged. The body of a jellyfish exhibits radial symmetry and is divided into three main parts: the umbrella, the oral arms, and the stinging tentacles. They have an internal cavity in which digestion is carried out. This cavity has a single aperture that functions both the mouth and the anus. Food. Jellyfish are carnivores and can increase in size rapidly and procreate in large numbers when food is abundant. However, if food is scarce, they can become smaller. These animals, of a gelatinous consistency, have very unsophisticated anatomy which is nevertheless very effective. They feed mainly on zooplankton, small crustaceans, and in some cases, small fish and other jellyfish also form part of their diet. It is a strange sight to see the jellyfish's latest prey inside its body before it is digested. Defenses. The tentacles, with their stinging cells, serve as defense and as a powerful weapon for capturing prey. When they come into contact with their victims, the nematocysts present in the tentacles release their harpoons or filaments and release a toxic substance that paralyzes the prey. The oral arms help in the capture and ingestion of the captured animal. Natural predators. Among the predators of the jellyfish, the following have been identified: ocean sunfish, gray triggerfish, turtles, some seabirds, the whale shark, some crabs, some whales. Habitat of the jellyfish. The various species live in a wide range of different habitats. Some live in the deep sea, some in pelagic regions of the open ocean, and some occupy frigid Arctic waters, but most live in coastal regions. However, all of the various species occupy marine or saltwater habitats, and some range into brackish waters. None of the species live in freshwater. Distribution of the jellyfish. These creatures have global distribution. You can find them in every ocean on Earth. Each species has its own unique range. Some species live across vast expanses and have a cosmopolitan distribution. Other species live only in small regions. The populations of many species overlap with those of other species. Jellyfish and human interaction. Different species interact with humans in different fashions. People view many species as nuisances because of their painful stings. The stings of some species can even pose a danger to humans. People also commercially catch a few species as food sources. The impact of human activity varies from species to species. Some species have booming populations, while others dwindle because of human activity. Jellyfish care. Aquariums keep many different species in their collections. Though the care varies from species to species, for the most part, they have similar needs. Aquarists generally keep a gentle flow of water in their rounded tanks to prevent the jellies from drifting into the glass and injuring themselves. Most facilities feed them small fish or shrimp. The behavior of the jellyfish. For the most part, these creatures do not have complicated behavior. They can use the muscles in their bells to propel themselves, but they generally drift wherever the current pushes them. Most species do not actively seek prey, but eat whatever happens into their tentacles. Reproduction of the jellyfish. These creatures generally reproduce by expelling their eggs and sperm from their mouths. Fertilized eggs hatch into a larval life form known as a planula. This larva attaches itself to the bottom and grows into a polyp. That polyp then buds off several miniature versions of the adult jellyfish, known as medusas. The medusa grows and eventually repeats the cycle. 12 incredible facts about jellyfish. One type of jellyfish can kill a fully grown human. The first one, the box jellyfish, is thought to be the most venomous marine animal in the world. It has a cube-shaped body and is typically found in waters around Australia and the Indo-Pacific. Its tentacles are covered in poison-filled darts. Only a few types of box jellyfish have venom that's lethal for humans, but a person who gets stung by one of these jellies can go into cardiac arrest or die within minutes. The second one, jellyfish, is almost completely comprised of water. About 5% of jellyfish bodies are made of structural proteins, muscles, and nerve cells, while the remaining 95% is water. Human bodies, by comparison, are up to 60% water. The third one, a group of jellyfish, can go by 3 different names. Groups of animals typically have their own names. A group of cows is a herd, for example, while many fish swimming together is a school. Jellyfish groups can go by 3 different names. A collection of jellyfish is called a bloom, smack, or swarm. The 4th one, urinating on a jellyfish sting won't relieve pain. It's a common myth that if a person is stung by a jellyfish, another person should urinate on the sting to relieve pain. But that's simply not true. According to the Mayo Clinic, if you find yourself stung by a jellyfish, your best course of action is to remove any tentacles carefully with tweezers and soak the sting in hot water. If a person gets a severe reaction or becomes unconscious after a sting, seek medical attention immediately. The 5th one, jellyfish aren't fish at all. Despite their name, jellyfish aren't really a type of fish. Fish are vertebrates that live in water and breathe through their gills. Jellyfish, on the other hand, are invertebrates, meaning they have no backbone and they absorb oxygen from the water through membranes. The 6th one, over 60,000 jellyfish have been in space. In 1991, over 2,000 jellyfish polyps were blasted into space to test how they reacted to the lack of gravity. Those jellyfish reproduced in space, creating over 60,000 jellies, but the space-bred jellies weren't able to function properly when they returned to Earth. The 7th one, there are over 25 types of edible jellyfish. Jellyfish can be a delicacy. There are over 25 edible types of jellyfish. They're typically found in salads or pickled, and some people say they have a salty taste and a similar consistency to noodles. The 8th one type of jellyfish is thought to be immortal. The Turritopsis dohrnii jellyfish is thought to be immortal since it can transform back into a colony of polyps. As the jelly ages, it eventually settles onto the seafloor and becomes polyps. The polyps then spawn new, genetically identical jellyfish. The 9th one, jellyfish can be found in all ocean waters. Because jellyfish tend to just follow the currents of the ocean, they can be found around the world in every type of ocean water. They can thrive in warm tropical water or cold Arctic water. They've been found at the bottom of the ocean and near the surface. Next one. A 505 million-year-old fossil suggests jellyfish predate dinosaurs. Since jellyfish don't have any bones, fossils of ancient jellies are challenging to find. But in 2007, a preserved jellyfish fossil was discovered in Utah that's thought to be over 505 million years old. Dinosaurs lived from about 245 million to 66 million years ago, meaning jellyfish predate them by at least 250 million years. Next one. Jellyfish eat other sea creatures. Jellyfish typically eat small plants, shrimp, or fish that use their tentacles to stun prey before eating it. Next one. Some jellyfish are bioluminescent. Bioluminescence is the term for a creature's ability to produce its own light. Some jellyfish have this and produce an internal glow. So, today we are talking about some details about jellyfish. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.